Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Peace. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2025, the album. Dad. Shimmy, rock on gold dust. Hey, little thing, let me light your candle. Because for a second there, I really did feel like I was on a stage. Could you tell? Could you tell? This was a microphone. I was on a stage. There were two people in the audience. So to you two people out there, I was singing to you. Hey, little thing, let me light your candle. Because mama, I'm sure hard to handle now. Mess around. Whatever. How are you guys doing today? Oh my gosh. So I always listen to music to kind of get me prepared for my videos. And whatever comes on kind of like sets the mood for my videos. And today it was like sad song after. I was like, no, it's raining outside. Like I need some happy music. And it was just sad song. Look at this. Try It on My Own by Whitney Houston. I was like, come on, I need some inspiring music today if I'm going to talk about the life and times, the most relevant. Everybody's talking about it. Nobody cares about him or any of his made-up drama anymore, Jeffree Star. But today, we're going to talk about Jeffree Star. Today, we're going to talk about Jeffree Star because listen, it's been kind of a little heavy, hasn't it, lately? Dark and heavy in the commentary universe. And I need a little bit of a palate cleanse, if you want to know the truth. I need a little bit of a palate cleanse, not to mention, okay, that last night, I watched Sister Wives, which was very heavy and dark. If you are watching Sister Wives, you know why. I'll be doing my reaction today. Every Monday is Sister Wives Day over on my Peter Watches TV channel. I've been referred to a little bit as a Sister Wives reaction channel, which I absolutely love. I'm like, I kind of really don't want them to have a 20th season, but because I love to do reactions to it, I'm kind of like deeply praying that they have a 20th season. But I don't just cover Sister Wives over there. I also cover, so it's linked below if you would like to go. I always say over there, listen, if you like to watch TV and talk about TV, I watch all the shows, just come over there and we'll hang out and talk about TV. But anyway, so if you want to go over and subscribe or just check it out, it's linked below. It's called Peter Watches TV. I also have an Instagram that's called Peter Watches TV, where every night, whatever I'm watching, I put up on my stories and things like that. Stories. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I also watched this weekend. Okay, so this is the coverage that I do. So Monday is Sister Wives, okay? Tuesday's kind of filler, which this week it's going to be probably 1 or 2 true crime, because I watched a lot of true crime this weekend. Wednesday was 1,000 Pound Sisters, but they've been knocked to Thursdays because now Wednesdays is Poly Family, okay? If you haven't watched it yet, it is a total shit show. So anyway, Wednesday is Poly Family. Thursday is 1,000 Pound Sisters with Amy and Tammy Slayton. Friday is going to be, I think I'm going to turn Fridays either into, it's going to be True Crime Fridays, or I'm going to do Love After Lockup. Because I'm currently watching the current season 6 of Love After Lockup. Are you guys watching it? Can we just say, we just need to talk about Julius, okay? Julius for a second. Anyway, he's a rapper though, you know? I don't know, but anyway, so Love After Lockup is either going to be Friday or Saturdays, but I'm having so much fun over there. But this weekend, I watched Southern Fried Lies on Peacock. It is, oh my God, it is such a... All 3 of these true crimes that I watch, I call them just true crimes. These true crime documentaries, some were just standalones, and the one that I watched last night. See, that's where people would like edit that out. We don't do that over here. But anyway, the one I watched last night was 3 parts. But the first one that I watched was called Southern Fried Lies. It's on Peacock. Fantastically done. The second one that I watched was the one that's trending on Netflix right now, American Deadly Marriage, I think it's called. So sad, so sad. So those reactions will be up this week. And then last night on Max, I watched The Bakersfield 3. which I didn't know anything about that case, but God love those moms. God love those moms is what I gotta say about that. So those are 3 true crime documentary series I'll be covering over on my Peter Watches TV channel this week that I would highly recommend. And if you want to watch them before I do my reactions, go over there and check it out. But I had a great weekend. Went out with my mother-in-law and was texting with my stepmom yesterday for Mother's Day. And so we had a great day yesterday. The whole family went out for Mother's Day on all my in-laws. We had such a good time. So for those of you out there that celebrate Mother's Day, I hope that you had a great Mother's Day yesterday. And so yeah, so should we get into today's video? Oh, so this is what I was going to say. It's been kind of dark and heavy, and I kind of needed like a palate cleanse, you know? And so I keep a kind of a rolling list of things that I'm going to talk about, or things that you guys like, you know, ask me, and like people send me messages all the time in my direct messages. If you're going to contact me on Instagram. I don't ever get on Twitter anymore. So if you need to contact me, either email me like with receipts. The receipts! Whitney. I don't think I've said that in forever. But anyway, if you want to like send me a receipt or a video request or whatever, either direct message me on Instagram or send me an email. My email's listed below. But anyway, so I was kind of going through the list of what people have been asking me to talk about. And somebody had sent me this receipt about some of Jeffree Star's jewelry, and which I want to talk about in a second. And then a lot of people had asked me to respond to these old allegations that have come up again about Kanye West coming out and saying something about, anyway, and Jeffree Star insinuating that he slept with Kanye West. Okay, first of all, so what we're going to do is, I have this little thing where Jeffree Star's talking about it online. Somebody sent it to me, this TikTok. So it's like from one of his live things, you know. Jeffree Star, although I don't think he realizes it, is really like the Mary of Sister Wives. If you watch Sister Wives, okay, they don't really ever like disclose any kind of drama on the show at all. Like the show is like, oh, it's so boring, okay? But all of the I was gonna call them housewives, all of the sister wives, they have like, they do Facebook reels and things like that. And Mary, she is like a big time seller on that LuLaRoe, you know, those tights that have mold on them and stuff like that. Did you watch that documentary? Oh my God, it was so good. So Mary, she's smart with it though, right? So she'll do these like clothing sales. It's how she bought her B&B in Parowan, Utah. If you watch Sister Wives, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Parowan, Utah. It's where we gotta all go, okay? So anyway, she bought the B&B, but she didn't close down the B&B. Now it's going to be an event center, okay, for like bridal showers and little things, like little gatherings and things like that. But anyway, so when Cody told her that they weren't going to give her the money for the B&B, she said, well, I got to go do a sale. And a sale meant she was going to sell all this LuLaRoe bullshit, okay? So anyway, she's like a big time seller for LuLaRoe. Well, she goes on these, I love it. I love it so much because back in the day, my friend Melissa and I, we used to watch that. Oh, she sold her company now, but what's it called? Simply something, but do y'all know I'm talking about? That woman with the long nails, and they were all like had diamonds and stuff on them. She goes, this shirt is, and I just bought this dress, and I have it with a matching shirt, and it comes in moss, blue, azure, purple, black. Which one do you want? It's $12. Mom, we sold out in the purple. We have the green. Mom, do we have the moss? Simply, what is it? Simply, oh my God, I loved her so much. I can't remember her name. I wanted to do a whole video about her, but then I thought nobody would care. So anyway, Mary does the same thing, right? But what Mary does is, she's so smart. She's like, if you guys want me to talk about Cody, I'll talk about Cody, but first I gotta sell these shirts. And so everybody buys up those shirts. It's like QVC drama, okay? So she sells out these shirts, and then she starts spilling the beans on like what's really going on. Not the show, because they don't share nothing on the show. They won't even do a reunion together, okay? But then Mary shares all this shit, okay? I live for it. I live for it. So anyway, Jeffree Star's kind of like that too. Like, if you want to like, Jeffree Star's not going to get in a video or like a TikTok that he's going to post. Like, if you want to catch him saying anything, it's when he's selling a bunch of shit, doing a get ready with me before apparently he gets, I don't know, he said destroyed on camera by a bunch of guys for this OnlyFans sex website that he hinted out in October, I think, of last year. And now it's almost June. And, well, it's the beginning of May, but it's, you know, halfway through. We're coming up on June, and 8 months later, there's been no sex site, okay? Jeffree Star, your fans are begging for it. I'm not, okay? But I know that some of your fans just can't wait to see you get destroyed on camera. Wasn't that what you were hinting out to people? Jeffree Star said that, okay? Don't come for me. People get real upset when I say that. He said it. He said he was starting a sex site, okay? I don't know where that sex site is. I don't know where the autobiography is that he was writing. I don't know where the major music was that he was releasing. Not the remixes on the MySpace keyboard in his garage in Wyoming. Not that. I'm talking about real music, okay? Not pop music. So anyway, now he's come out in this live stream little thing, and he's talked about, well, that he doesn't say Kanye West. He says that he slept with a lot of musicians. Don't forget, he's lived in LA for 20 years and things like that. When I heard it, you know, it's interesting because Jeffree Star always says, like, you know, like, I lived in LA, like, all these people were dipping into my DMs. Okay, so I'm just going to ask you guys, for those of you that are not my age, okay, that never read Pamela DeBar's I'm With the Band. Oh my God, you did? One of you out there read it? That was the book when I was like a senior in high school. Do y'all remember that book? I'm with the Band by Pamela DeBar. What she was she was a legendary groupie. She had slept with like all these famous people. I think she was married to one of them actually. But anyway, so Jeffree Star getting in a live stream on TikTok talking about how he has sucked the dicks of many musicians, those that he will never name. He'll never name them, but we should truly believe the man that lies every time his mouth is open, right? But we should believe him that he's sucked so many dicks. I don't really care whose dick he sucked, first of all, but that don't make you like the king of sex. That makes you a groupie, okay? So what Jeffree Star is claiming, what he thinks is like, oh my God, I've sucked the dicks of all these musicians, all right? To me, that just makes you a groupie, baby. You know what I mean? That just makes you a groupie that somebody pulled out, like they just pulled you out of the audience or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the big claim to fame is about that. Furthermore, okay, him hinting that he has slept with Kanye West, I'm not sure that this is where Jeffree Star is like, baby, I think you might want to sell your business, okay? And you might want to just like retire on those $60 million, $90 million that you claim to have, which I'm sure he probably does because he sold all those Birkins and stuff like that. And, you know, he's been making money for years. I'm sure he has a lot of money. I'm sure he does. If I had that kind of money, okay, listen, I can't even keep up with what's going on. I don't even know half these people that people want me to talk about anymore, okay? And if I were Jeffree Star and I was trying to stay relevant, because this is where he's so like, he don't really get it anymore, right? Like, you know, I mean, somebody just said I was 60 the other day. I'm 52. But let's just say if I was 70, okay? Let's just say if I was 80, okay? I think I would even know at 80 that it is not a flex in 2025 to say that you fuck Kanye West, okay? That is not a flex, Jeffree Star, to say that you fuck Kanye West. To hint at it, I don't even think Kim Kardashian wants to own that one, okay? I don't think she even wants to own that she was married to, and, you know, it's not the flex you think it is, Jeffree Star. And that's where he kind of like, he don't get it, I don't think anymore. I don't know where my southern accent's coming out today. Oh, because I talked to my one friend earlier. But anyway, so I don't think he really understands. I don't think he really gets it, that hinting at the fact that he slept with Kanye West is really not a flex. It's just not a flex at all, you know? Especially that at the time that he's saying that it would have happened, he supposedly would have been married. Kanye West would have supposedly been married. So it's really not a flex, okay? But I don't believe it anyway. I mean, this is, first of all, I don't care about the sex life of Jeffree Star, and I sure as shit don't care about the sex life of Kanye West, and I definitely don't care about the sex life of them together, okay? I mean, if somebody called me up tomorrow and said, oh my God, Kanye West slept with Jeffree Star, I'd say, they did? She do? I don't care, okay? I hope they had fun. You know what I mean? I don't really care. It's like drama about two people that are very irrelevant just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But, baby, we're talking about it today. We're going to talk about it anyway. Because, like I said, palate cleanse, you know? And I'm going to put on the thumbnail, major drama. And then 400,000 people are going to come watch this video. Oh my God, it's been a minute since I had a 400,000 video. Probably years at this point, man. But anyway, that would be so funny if this were the video that got me over 100,000 views. This would be so funny if this were the video that got me over 20,000 views. That would crack me up. But anyway, so I'm more likely to get that on a Sister Wives video than I am talking about old Jeffree Star these days. You know what I mean? Baby, listen, Jeffree Star and I will be filling out for our AARP cards about the same time. So anyway, but then, okay, we're going to talk about the Jeffree Star. We're going to live react to this TikTok that he's talking about. He sucked all these dicks and he insinuates it's Kanye West. Well, it's right on the heels of Kanye West came out and said something about, anyway, so everybody's insinuating that it's why do we care? Why does anybody care about this? This is what cracks me up. Why do we care, okay? Not to mention that, you know, I've been doing this for so long. Somebody said something, they called me like the history man of drama or something. It's like, you don't forget this stuff. I mean, Jeffree Star has said so many things that, number one, like I was just talking the other day about the lawsuits. How many lawsuits has Jeffree Star claimed to be pursuing? Have you ever heard Jeffree Star ever say that he won a lawsuit? Or that he was in a lawsuit? Or that he was deposed for a lawsuit? Have you ever heard that ever? Have you ever heard about a lawsuit being settled out of court? Have you ever heard anybody claim that they were being sued by Jeffree Star? Have you ever heard Jeffree Star say their names of who he was suing? Have you ever heard Jeffree Star, unless it's some kind of made-up thing, saying who he's fucking? He always says he's fucking all these people, but it's made up, okay? Jeffree Star claims all these things, books, movies, new music, all this stuff that never happens, okay? Never happens. He claims entire stories that are not based on truth whatsoever. So why anybody in 2025 is believing anything that he says is, I mean, this is what cracks me up, right? Is when people come over to my channel. Listen, leave whatever comment you want. But people are like, Peter, this is so old. Why does nobody cares about Jeffree Star and this old drama anymore? I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But maybe you want to take that over to Jeffree Star, okay? Because Jeffree Star is still talking as Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star could be creating his own new drama. I mean, we're talking about him, right? Like, he's the focal point. I'm just commenting on what it is, okay? If I'm still talking about drama from 3 years ago, 5 years ago, that's because he hasn't done anything new. Jeffree Star just went on the Tana Mojo podcast, that Cancel podcast, and brought up Dramageddon again. So when people come over and say to me, Peter, nobody cares about this anymore, maybe you need to tell Jeffree Star that, because I don't think Jeffree Star's figured it out. That's like, his claim to fame is a conspiracy palette that Shane Dawson sold for him, because he couldn't have sold that many by himself. He can't sell out of anything on his website. I looked today. I did not realize the man has school supplies, okay? I did not realize that Jeffree Star has school supplies on his website. Tell me what audience Jeffree Star is, that he's pandering to, when he literally has rulers and notebooks for elementary school. Tell me who he is pandering to, okay? This is when, like, people are like, James Charles' audience is 35-year-old women. I'm like, really? 35-year-old women, and he's doing TikTok dances and playing Roblox. You really think that's true? Jeffree Star's, and I know Jeffree Star has an older audience that's kind of stuck with him through the years, but, like, who is that pandering to? That he is selling rulers, okay? I don't even think I've had a ruler since 3rd grade, okay, in my supplies box. I don't think I have. I mean, and the only reason I can think that Jeffree Star would have to have a ruler is not for school, okay? And let's just be for real. And then it kind of even makes it we won't even get into that over here, okay? But somebody sent this to me. I don't know if she wants her name called out or not, so I won't call her name out, but I got her name right here. She sent it to me. And what it was is, I'll put it up here for you. This is on his shop. I believe this is on his TikTok shop. And it's this, what is it called? The Cleaver necklace, okay? And it comes in, how many colors? It comes in like 3 different colors, pink and blue. And I looked at this, and I didn't really understand when I got the message. I was like, why are they sending this to me? Because, it still had the little dots where they were writing. And so then they said something about how expensive it was. And I was like, well, how expensive is it? And I looked it up. Baby, this is $30, okay? This is $30 for this junk, okay? Jeffree Star, this is why your business is going under, okay? That in the world that we live in today, that you think that anybody out there needs, okay? We're not talking about wants. We're talking about needs. We live in an economy of needs versus wants, okay? This is where Jeffree Star has no concept of money whatsoever, because you think that there are people out there that need a teal blue Cleaver necklace on the cheapest chain possible, that you could even get a better chain at Claire's Boutique for $30, okay? When people are complaining about the price of groceries, how expensive gas is, people can't pay the rent right now, but people are wanting to pay $30. $30, okay? That's like 1/3 of groceries for a single person for a week, okay? And you think that people are wanting, and there's, on this, when I saw it come out, there were 7 reviews on it. And it'd been up a week. The pink one has 7 reviews on it too. So I'm like, 7 reviews on it? Oh, you're selling those out, baby. You are selling those out. So then I went in today. I was like, I want to see what kind of shit that he's selling on his website. So I pulled up Jeffree Star Cosmetics website. I did not realize he was a fashion designer, because right here it lists trending, makeup, skincare, fashion. Jeffree Star, I have one question for you, okay, from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. How can you have a fashion show with no fashions, okay? Because I am looking over here, and there are no fashions, okay? But what I am seeing is these Gucci knockoff back-to-school sweaters, okay? This is right here. If you see, this is a Gucci knockoff, okay? Jeffree Star wears the Gucci. Does Jeffree Star ever wear any of his own fashions? So he's got these back-to-school sweaters, a book bag, and then he's got these notebooks on here for school that you can buy. Everybody needs a Jeffree Star $20 notebook. Or how about a $15 pocket folder 2-pack? Not even a good trapper keeper, okay? 2 folders for $15. Jeffree fucking Star, have you lost your mind? Who is needing to sit in 4th grade, tales of a 4th grade nothing, okay? Who is needing to sit in 4th grade with 2 Jeffree Star folders for $15? Do you have any clue what parents are trying to do out there, okay? Most parents are working 2 jobs each to put food on the table, if they're still together, okay? We got so many single parents out there that got 2 and 3 kids, can't even pay the bills, okay? And are standing on their feet all day long, working retail or in fast food restaurants just to leave and go spend an hour with their kids and see them before grandma comes over, or they're paying for somebody to come babysit their kids so they can go and wait tables at a bar at that night or deliver Amazon deliveries. And you're thinking that people need $15 folders? Jeffree Star, this is why you're irrelevant, okay? You don't care about your audience. You care about the cash. It's so obvious, right? Okay. Okay. Remember that. We're going to get to that in just a second. You'll know. I'm going to show it to you once, and then I'm going to live react to it. But just remember this. Okay? Okay? Okay, then you got the cow print spiral notebook, in case you want that from the Yak Farm. $20. And then you got the star rule. I thought, this has got to be a fucking joke, right? I'm not lying to you. 2 star rulers. Mrs. Smith, I can do this arithmetic on the board, but can I please bring up my star rulers with... She'd be like, what the fuck? Who is this kid? What? Mrs. Smith, I have 2 star rulers if anyone wants to buy for them. My mommy bought them for me for $14, okay? I don't remember ever even using a ruler in high school. I remember always having to buy that protractor every year, and then we never used it. I don't even know what a protractor, I don't even know what the fuck it's for. I could not tell you today. You know, listen, I have watched enough Prices Right that I could tell you how much a can of beans is, or how much a can of air freshener is, okay? My grandma and I back in the day, my grandma that went to prison, yeah, I have a grandma that went to prison, for those of you that don't know. I found out from my dad the other day that she did go when my mom and my aunt were younger, and then she also went when my mom was in high school, so we know 2 times she definitely did go, okay? So let me just tell you, okay? My grandma and I, we used to sit there and watch The Price is Right when I would be with her. This was after she got out of prison. When I was alive, I didn't know she had gone to prison. So anyway, but we'd sit there, you know, while we were eating our little, chicken pot pies and things like that for lunch, you know, and a piece of bread, not toasted, with butter on it and sugar. Did you ever do that? My grandma did. But anyway, this is before her gals came over and they played bridge in the corner by the window. But anyway, and so my grandma, like when they would do the prices and The Price is Right, my grandma would say, $3.77, and it would be $3.77. I'd be like, Grandma, how do you know that? She'd be like smoking on her Salem. She'd go, Grandma goes to the grocery store about 5 times a week. I mean, I was like, I don't think Jeffree Star has ever stepped foot in a supply store to think that you're going to buy 2 rulers for $15, okay? This is ridiculous to me. When I saw all this, oh, look at that. Well, hold on a second. There's a pretty picture. Pretty as a picture, pretty. Oh, look at that. Glamour. Fashion's glamour. Let's get a better look at that mouth that he's always talking about. Oh! That Hollywood mouth. Okay. So, people wanted me to talk about... I didn't even know I was going to be doing all this today. Should we go and look at the rest of his website? Does he have mystery boxes still? Gal, where's your mystery boxes? I want a fucking mystery box. Not from Jeffree Star, but I do love mystery boxes on Etsy and things like that. Anyway, let's see what's trending. What are the trending... I'm going to push trending right now. Trending. Shop all trending. Oh, this is all the trending right here. Okay. The Wedding Proof Makeup Setting Spray, $28. Make Me Melt Watermelon Removing Balm, $34. Okay. Baby Pink Star Robe, $75. A girl, $75 for a Jeffree Star robe? No, ma'am. Oh, because you live in one. I forgot. That you're always in them... You're always doing, please, you know, like Jeffree Star, I was thinking about this the other day, wants to come out against talking about, you know, Rhodes Beauty and Michaela's, all this skincare, right? Y'all know Jeffree Star has a skincare line. Jeffree Star also drinks about 10 Red Bulls a day, which is horrible for your skin. You know, do you ever heard people talk about that? It's horrible for your skin. Can we also just, for a moment, I was going to make a whole video about this, but I don't think I'm going to. I have just, ever since I stepped on doing beauty influencer drama on September 1st of 2016, I have just absolutely adored Wayne Goss. And I have always just thought he was just such a kind guy and just so nice. No, he didn't pass away. That's not what I'm getting to. And he has just always been so respectful to me and treated me just so delightfully. I don't know him well, but we've interacted a few times. And I just think that he is one of the nicest guys out there. And I just think just, anyway, you know, he came out with this video, and he came out with like an Instagram reel, probably on TikTok too, I don't know, but I saw the video on YouTube, and then I saw it on Instagram that he had resigned from his position, and he is no longer part of the company that he built and it was so painful to watch, and I felt for him. So I just want to send a little love for Wayne Goss out there. Wayne, you know what? In your journey forward, whatever is next for you, I hope that all of your dreams come true, because I just feel like he has been such a positive light in, you know, in this community since I've been covering drama. One of the people that I have hardly ever had to do any kind of, and I know when I say this, probably people will come out and be like, oh, well, did you not know this? Let's not, please. He's going through a really hard time right now. And you know what? He has been just such a bright light in this community, and I always think kind of a voice of reason. So, unlike Jeffree Star. But anyway, made me kind of sad to see that. Anyway, so what else has he got on here? The creamy star milk. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Jeffree Star don't even, like, talk much about his skincare anymore on here. Ooh, the Legacy glass tumbler. I kind of like that. Oh, it's sold out. I wouldn't buy it anyway. I wouldn't buy anything from Jeffree Star. His palettes, his lip oils. Where's the necklaces on here? Did you sell out of the necklaces? Wyoming Winter Restorative Cream Moisturizer, $45. You know, I think I'm good. I think I'm, oh, wait a second. Oh, is it the same? It's the same. Look at that mouth, that Hollywood mouth. Okay, let's get to this TikTok that everybody wanted me to respond to. Well, at least the 12 of you that sent it to me. Okay, so people asked me to respond to this Jeffree Star. Aw, look at these pictures I put up of my mom yesterday for Mother's Day. People said that we look so much alike. Okay, where is this Jeffree Star deal? Where is it at? Jeffree Star. It's a video. I guess I could just go in and look at my videos. Somebody sent it to me, and then I say, oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you guys one time, and then it's Jeffree Star on a live stream talking about these Kanye West rumors, and then I'm going to live react to it, okay? This is going to stop in like 3 minutes, so I'm just going to stop it now, and we'll start it. Pose with me. Come on now. Okay, you can stop posing now. Pose. Greta Garbo, dance on air. No, that's not right. Betty Davis. She had grooves. If I don't start Vogue from the very beginning, I can't get it right. How does it go? Jean. Come on. Vogue. Let your body move on the dance floor. I know this is not the song at all. Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire. Ginger Rogers, dance on air. They had style. They had grace. Rita Hayworth gave good face. Lauren Catherine, Lana 2, Betty Davis, we love you. Ladies with an attitude, fellas that were in the mood, don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it. Vogue. Peace, that was so much fun. Okay, so let's live react to Jeffree Star. Okay.
If you're coming in here asking about a rumor, baby, all the rumors are true, okay? If you want to believe it, you believe it, okay? I'm not here to convince you or tell you anything else, but I've been living a very fun life, okay? And I occasionally love musicians in my mouth, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I never said what musician has been in my mouth, but does it really matter? Okay, it's definitely been more than one. Remember, I lived in LA for 20 years? Imagine how many musicians I had in my mouth.
Don't care to
come on, you guys. Come on, you guys. Look at me. You think I was sitting inside all day? TikTok wasn't here. I used to go out every night, girl. Red Bull and you know what? Smoking them trees, honey. Miss Lynn already lived that.
Okay, what cracks me up about this is like TikTok wasn't here. That's his excuse for sitting inside all day long. When people are traveling the world, there are more bars and clubs open now than there were when he was out, second Hollywood deck. It's like, okay, so now that TikTok's around, you got to sit inside all day long and do makeup for who? Okay. This is what we'll get to it in just a second. But here we're gonna watch it and then I'm gonna live react to it. Okay, while we watch it. Okay.
I'm in here asking about a rumor, baby. All the rumors are true, okay?
Okay.
If you want to believe it, you believe it, okay? I'm not here to convince you or tell you anything else, but I've been living a very fun life, okay?
Okay.
And I occasionally love musicians in my mouth, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I never said what musician has been in my mouth, but does it really matter? Okay.
You brought it up,
It's
girl.
definitely been more
Okay.
than one. Remember, I lived in LA for 20 years?
Okay.
Imagine how many musicians I had in my mouth.
Don't care.
Come on,
Okay.
you guys. Come on.
Okay. Come on, girl.
Come on, you guys.
It's so sad to me. It is so sad to me. It is so sad to me. It just is. But I have to tell you this story, okay? So we have this friend of ours, okay? I can't stop saying okay now. That we used to go out with all the time. This gal friend of ours. Her and her husband. Well, one time her brother came up he lives southern states. And he came up to visit us. And we went out, my husband and I, and her and her husband, and then we took him out and with some other friends. And so we were coming home, and he'd been drinking a little bit. And he was telling us all these stories about these guys that he had met. And like every other sentence, he would say, okay, MMMK, okay. To this day, I could text her right now and be like, okay, and she would just lose it, okay? Okay? So when I heard Jeffree Star say this, I'm like, first of all, let me just say this. If you are at this point in your career and you spend your life on TikTok inside because the bars are closed or because apparently there's nowhere to travel in the world anymore, and so you just sit inside asking for gifts, gifting people on TikTok. I think, personally, okay, if Jeffree Star was a good friend of mine, if any one of my friends was doing this all day long, what I would say to them is, go do something. You have more money than God. If I had that, people ask me all the time, they say all the time, the people that love Jeffree Star go, you're just jealous of his money. Fuck yeah, I'm jealous of his money. I'm not jealous of his life. I don't want to sit inside and do TikToks for 4 hours a day, okay? Some days I don't even want to make videos for 4 hours a day. I like to listen to audiobooks and watch my shows and go to the pool and things like that. I listen. But Jeffree Star's money, oh baby, yeah, I am jealous of that money. I wish I had that money. And if I can tell you right now, if I had that money, I would not be sitting inside no TikTok stream all day long. I'd be traveling the world, okay? I would be traveling the world. I'd be taking this friend on their dream trip, this friend on their dream trip. You know, I would be spending a month in this city, a month in that city. You know, I would not be sitting in a closet doing my makeup on TikTok. I think it's kind of sad. In all honesty, anybody that I knew that was doing that, I think it's kind of sad. Jeffree Star says he doesn't need the money, then why are you doing this? You could put out you could travel the world, you could have new experiences, you could start a whole new business, you could do whatever you wanted to do, you could write a book, you could be in a studio every single day putting up some music. When I heard that album, what I realized was that was something that Jeffree Star, that he recorded over a weekend, okay? That was not something, I can't say okay and take it seriously now. That was not something that he had spent months writing that music. 3 of the songs were revamped country versions, or 2 of them were, or something like that. And I was like, you could do anything in the world. You have all this money. You've built this entire, empire, supposedly. Unless you don't have the money you claim to have. And that's why you need to be on TikTok anymore. But I don't believe that. I do think that Jeffree Star has all this money. So if that's the case, I don't know. I just, and for me, like if I went out to dinner, let's just say, with a girlfriend of mine, okay? I mean, Jeffree Star's like my husband's age. If I went out to dinner with like my husband and like one of his girlfriends or something, and she was like at the dinner table talking, and somebody said something to her about, did you, like this guy or whatever, did you guys used to hook up or whatever? And she's like, I've sucked lots of dicks. When I was back in the day, okay, I used to suck lots of dicks. I am not into sex shaming whatsoever. But I would look at her and I would just think, what's the necessity in you telling us that? Like, I don't understand, okay? I don't know why it would be confusing to me. I don't really understand it. I think that Jeffree Star doesn't understand that he's not a sex symbol. He's a lot of things to a lot of people that are positive. A lot of people look up to him, but sex symbol is not one of them. And I know I'm not a sex symbol, which is why there's no reason for me to talk about those things, There's a lot of gay men on YouTube talking about their sex lives and getting hundreds of thousands of views. I am fully aware that that is not what anybody wants to hear from me. And I don't want to talk about it on camera. If Jeffree Star wants to talk about it on camera, fine. But what's the point? All you'd have to do, and this is the thing, at his age, if it's not true, then just come out and say, it's not true. I never slept with Kanye West. If it is true, say, yeah, it's 100% true. This is where you're stringing on the drama, that there's no drama there at all, just to keep people wondering. I would respect the man more if he said, no, the rumors are ridiculous. There's no truth to it at all. I've never slept with Kanye West. It's stupid. I've slept with a lot of people, but I haven't slept with Kanye West. Or come out and say, yeah, they're 100% true. I sucked his dick. What about it? There's a lot of people's dicks that I sucked. But this to say, like, I've slept with a lot of musicians. I'm not going to tell you who, but why would I tell their name? That's very, to me, like 20-year-old. To me, it's just, I don't get it. I don't understand it whatsoever. Furthermore, I don't give a fuck who he has slept with, okay? But when you look at the public relationships that Jeffree Star has come out with, okay, these are, since I've been covering him, and I've been covering him from day one. He was my very first video that I ever made. So my very first drama video was about Jeffree Star, 8.5 years ago. Since that day, he's had a relationship with Nathan Schwant, some guy that they were talking in DMs on Instagram that was not famous, moved him out to Hollywood, was with him for 5 years till the contract was up or whatever happened. And then back in the day, that's what people used to say. I don't know about it. I don't care. Anyway, and then the only other person he's been with was, remember the football player that then he ended up being on the podcast, but he was taking pictures of him in his bathroom like they were fucking each other. And then before he did that, people were like guessing who the football player was because he said he was sleeping with an NFL player. And then there was even a woman on Twitter that was like, can you tell people you didn't sleep with my husband because people are telling me that I'm stupid? And he even said in a video or on a TikTok, he's like, if it's not about you, don't worry about it. Like, he wouldn't even come out and say to this poor woman that people were harassing and saying that her husband slept with Jeffree Star. He wouldn't even come out to her. This is who Jeffree Star is. She's a human being. Let's just make this very clear, right? There's this woman, okay, that has kids and a husband and a family. And people are guessing at who Jeffree Star slept with on a bullshit rumor that he started because it was marketing for a podcast, all right? He never slept with that guy. Never. It was all marketing for the podcast. And then this poor woman over there is like, please, will you like just let people know it wasn't my husband? And he's like, girl, you don't know your husband and blah, blah, blah. It's so catty to me. It's like, this is who you are as a human being, that you would let this poor woman, I mean, we don't know what happened to her marriage or the fights that occurred between her and her husband, or what people said to her online. She was receiving death threats and stuff like, I mean, it was horrible what happened. All just so you can come out later and say, oh, it was a podcast. Oh, I'm going to the Super Bowl because I was invited on the podcast by this football player and we became friendly. The only two people in the entire time that I have been covering Jeffree Star in 8.5 years that he has publicly come out and said anything about was Nathan Schwant, okay, which we don't know anything about the conditions of that relationship. And number two was that guy that was like on second string on like a farm basketball team that came out to his house for a weekend, and then Jeffree Star accused him of stealing a bag from him. Those are the only two people that Jeffree Star has ever publicly came out and said he slept with. Jeffree Star's made a lot of claims about people that he slept with and never mentioned them. Do you really think that at this point in his career, I mean, it's not like they signed NDAs. It's not like he's going into a club. I mean, he's talking about being in a club, okay? Sucking dicks in a club. He's going up to a musician in a bar, sucking dick, and they're handing him an NDA. Get the fuck out of here, okay? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You aren't going into no bathroom, sucking somebody's dick in a stall, okay, and signing an NDA. It's bullshit. And you got this whole audience of people out there that just spoon feed out of your hand like they're going to just listen to whatever you say. It's bullshit. And it's honestly kind of sad, because I don't care about Jeffree Star. I have no emotional attachment to him. People think that I hate him, okay? But what I would hope for a human being like Jeffree Star is, number one, growth. Because what I have witnessed in the last 2 years is that Jeffree Star, people would say he's improved. Well, in the last 2 years on TikTok, I've seen a return of the old Jeffree Star. So what that shows me either is that something's going on in his life, that he's having a return to these old behaviors, or he never changed at all, which is what he learned was to shut his mouth. Which that's what I believe, is that he learned to shut his mouth. So what I would hope for another human being, let's just say Jeffree Star, is some growth and some change. Because the more you grow and change, and the more compassionate you are to the world, the more you see your own faults and correct yourself as a person, and you're not constantly acting out of pocket, and you're trying to be a better human being, the more you enjoy the world around you, and the more people want to be around you. Jeffree Star seems to be a rather lonely person as far as I'm concerned. He doesn't really seem to have anybody around him that he doesn't pay. And that makes me sad for another human being. On top of that, if you have that kind of money, listen, I just read Margaret Wrinkle's The Comfort of Crows, and in there she's talking about this story about how her mother had passed away, and she bought her mother this plant, and every fall she would take the plant in from the front porch and put it inside, and every spring she would take it back outside. And she said it became ritualistic to her, and she said, we live as if we have unlimited time, not thinking that one day we will not be here. And it hit me so profoundly. If I were Jeffree Star, I wouldn't be fucking with this nonsense online. I wouldn't even be addressing any of these Kanye West, rumors. I'll just let people think what they wanted to think. I wouldn't be messing with none of this. I wouldn't be addressing it. If I wanted to do a TikTok, I'd do my makeup, but he knows nobody's going to watch him unless he doesn't say that kind of stuff. That's sad. You know? We live as if we have unlimited time. You know? None of us are going to be here forever. Jeffree Star's got this amazing life, all this money, a home in Wyoming. Live it. Find somebody listen, there is somebody out there, okay? I think there's somebody out there for all of us. At least a companion, at least a friend. I mean, it blows my mind, okay? And then says, well, this was before TikTok. Like, well, I lived a life, but now that TikTok's here, I just sit in front of my vanity mirror all day long and do makeup and come up with stories and lies for people. Sad. It's sad. So ask me what I care about him and Kanye West fucking. I don't care. Would it surprise me? Not one bit. I don't really care. I care more about the fact that he is trying to sell his naive audience that doesn't have any money a $30 cheap-ass necklace. That's what I care more about. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.